Yo, welcome, GMGMGG, everyone. Bit of a different time today. We are with Cam or Kamski, special guest today. So, welcome to GC Crypto, and shout out to Cam for joining us. We finally managed to get the time zones to work. It's been months in the works, but we made it. We made it. We retards
We
managed.
did it.
How are
We
you,
did
Cam?
it. I'm good. I'm good. And the same thing. I'm happy we made it work. Yeah, indeed. Like it's been months, but it doesn't matter. Like the point is just we're gonna do
Good things
it.
take
And
time, right?
exactly. But also with the time zones, like yeah, we're close by now. We're only 2 hours away, which is quite rare, especially for you guys. Like there in Aussie, it's
Yeah,
like
we're in the middle of nowhere here in Australia. We're in a big island that no one really comes near. I know a few of the guys. I think Luca's in Asia at the moment, so it's probably as close as Luca's got to Australia, I'd say. So I've been teasing him, trying to get him to come here. But yeah, we're our time zones are horrendous for other people, especially for Europe, which is actually I think that's where you sort of hang out a little bit of the time, isn't it?
Yeah, I
European
try
time.
to, yeah, exactly. So I try to, when I stream, I try to do it like morning US, evening, sort of like Europe. So to kind of capture people. I've tried like also like in the mornings. I've had some streams in the morning, but it's like chat is dead. It's like they're all asleep. I just
Yeah,
it's way more fun when people come and hang out. Yeah, so I'm
yeah.
excited to see who shows up today. Like I see
So am
Razuka's
I.
there. What's up?
Yeah, Razuka's there. Oh, we got a few people. We got a few people on Abstract actually. Yo on Abstract. I don't know. What I'm typing. I should just talk, right? I should say hi on Abstract. We're on Kick. We're on Abstract. We're on YouTube. We're friggin' everywhere, Cam. So we're
Yeah,
going
also on
up.
my Twitch, so
Yeah, it's sick. Okay,
broadcasting.
we got Twitch going. So yeah, everything's going. Look, quick shout out to OKX Australia. That's our channel sponsor. Quick shout out to you guys. Thank you very much for your support, keeping the lights on. And I believe Cam is partnered with OKX as well, so that's quite kind of handy. We're just talking about the shirt, it's a beautiful shirt. I think Stu's probably tuning in. That's someone I work with in Australia. So shout out to Stu. I think he's doing some marketing stuff at the moment, so he said he might tune in so he doesn't kill himself with all the paperwork he's got to do. So shout out to OKX as well. Cam, so today's stream, we're just gonna. I was saying to Cam offline, we're just going to shoot the shit, guys. No big plans. We'll just see what's in the market, see what's Cam's seeing, see what I'm seeing. First of all, what do you make of Pump Fun?
I mean,
How are you going to go
it's
there?
I've been trading pump and it's been very nice. If you guys follow me on on my Twitter, you've seen I've been like posting some of my trades. I think it's an interesting one. There's a lot of emotions around it. They're definitely, I mean, they are one of the most profitable businesses in Web3, and still there's a lot of hate, which, clouds people's judgment. So whenever there's a lot of emotions around a company, especially one that's proven to have like a really good, I think, like business model and is profitable, as they've been printing, I pay attention. And I mean, I've been trading it since the bottom, so I can't complain. I think people are still fading it. I think what's so interesting with the whole streaming meta, they're onboarding like YouTube streamers. They're onboarding people outside of crypto, which have an audience, and they're bringing them on. And these people are launching coins. Would I launch a coin? Maybe not at this point. I think it's a huge commitment. I don't have the energy to like do this right now, but I'm not totally opposed. I do also think it's like launching your own personal coin is risky. And we talk about it with Max as well. I see him in the chat. Max is my co-founder, by the way.
Cool.
And also like, he's all it does all the background stuff for me. So if you see me live, like there's probably Max running around trying to fix my mic and like yeah, but it's like it's hard. It's really, yeah, the Penguin is him like sitting in there. But
He's doing a good job, man. You look like you got your life together, so congrats. Good job.
Yeah, it's good to have a team, honestly. But the thing is, like, launching a coin, it can be a really good thing. Of course, like you've got creator earnings, super fun. It's a new way to engage with your audience that kind of like switches the relationship a little bit, in a sense where, there is a financial incentive for them to support you. And then you also kind of owe them your time and are have to dedicate your time to the coin. The only downside is that if you are a creator, like it's good for people that are starting up, I think, but if you are a creator, this is a like you're gonna be able to see like how much motion you are. It's gonna be a clear indicator on like,
Yeah,
how
that's
much
what I
motion do you
wondered.
really have? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And
It's risky.
everything you said there is how I feel about it. In that, I kind of like it in the way that it's new and different, but isn't that new and I guess it's a good onboarding event. That's for sure. Like anytime you get big YouTubers come across, look, it may be short lived. People could probably counter my argument and say, yes, but it's short lived. They can extract and then take the money elsewhere. But some of them may bring eyes to crypto that maybe we never would have got. So even though they may extract, they might bring thousands of eyes to a market that perhaps wasn't looking at our market, and some of them might stay. What you said before, I agree with. In the hesitation I have is that I might feel like I owe people work. Like, e.g., if they buy my token, if I launch it, then do I feel like I've got to work for my bag holders?
You do. You
Yeah,
will. It's the only way. Look at those charts, right? Like it's literally it's like a flat line and then you have like some spikes and those are like correlated to the times where you're going to do work and you're going to like stream. Launching a token requires a lot of energy. Like you have to keep the momentum going. It's not an easy thing. You need to keep the attention, energy high. It's like physically and emotionally and like spiritually, it's exhausting. You have to put your all, like you're gonna have to sustain that. You know what I mean? And have like a good story. I think like good streamers as well. Like you see Pump Fund like sending out streamer packs for people to go out in the open and like stream in real life. Like you have to get creative and do something that is gonna keep people entertained, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna give you their money, and it's gonna go up and down, and it doesn't really matter how big you are unless you decide to own as much as supply. But right now, if you want to own, like the bonding curve is going to be costing you 1,000K. But sorry, not 1,000K, like 100K.
Okay, yeah.
So it's quite an investment, right? If you want to have like a healthy, sorry.
I looked at buying, like if I did launch, buying up all the supply.
100K.
And I was like, fuck, that's not worth. Like, I don't know. I'm like, well, I got to spend 100K and then work.
Yeah, but that's just coins, meme coins as well. Like, if you want to the thing is, you want to make millions, you have to invest. Like the times where there's only a few coins that, go organically and so on. But even like you need to have some supply locked up because the Jeets are going to Jeet and there's nothing you can do about it except for, controlling your own supply. So either you buy yourself if you have 100K liquid, but then again, it's the same thing. You need to approach it like you're going in as a business. Are you going to be the sole investor in your business? That's risky. Like, don't do that. You get outside capital. Like, you put in a bit of your money and then you get other investors. So, like, people don't realize that, like, if you want to do this properly and successfully and not as just like a little hobby, you have to think about these things,
And there's risk associated. And I sort of think to myself, because one of the worst experiences I've had in crypto was I helped a friend CTO a coin about 2 years ago, Clippy on Ethereum. It was when Grok was pumping, and we got hold of that, and it was a nightmare, man. I did not enjoy it at all. I didn't enjoy the responsibility of it. I didn't enjoy people asking me when, and all that stuff. And I kind of did it as a gesture of goodwill for a friend of mine. It became like this massive undertaking and a lot of work, and I lost money. So I lost money and worked a lot of hours. Yeah, I didn't lose a lot of money. I was careful, but basically I couldn't sell my bag because when I CTO'd it, everyone knew my wallet and I was fucked. So I couldn't sell because it would wreck the project. So I was working hard while everyone else was dumping on me. So look, usual story.
Sometimes.
Yeah, man, it was the best. But for about 4 weeks, it was extremely stressful, and then I lost money. So I said to myself, I'm never CTOing a project ever again. And the main issue I had with this pump fund, I was like, oh man, is this going to happen again? Like I launched something because I just wanted to stream there.
So you have a coin?
No, I don't. I haven't launched one. A lot of people want me to, but I'd like to stream there, and of course I'd love the creator earnings, but I I don't know if I want a token on my head. But then
It's
I
on
said,
chain forever. That's the thing, right? I
yeah.
mean, you can treat it as a fun experiment, right? Like everything. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And not promise. Most of them, and I see Max in the chat, he's saying, yeah, Pump Fund creator charts look the same. It's like a heartbeat. Pump, fade down, pump, fade back down. And that's how it is, unless you like bundle it and you would decide to do it in a like serious way. So, but again, it can be fun. It's in a way, it's part of culture. I think it is, whether people hate it or not. It is culture. It's fun. Yeah, it's not so fun when you lose money, but again, like
good to see
it's up to you.
paid well though as well. That's the other side of the coin. Is we've seen streaming platforms come out, like e.g. Abstract, for instance, is a good example. Obviously we've got Pump Fund now. So Abstract's been quite slow to roll out, streaming and things like that. I understand the costs are huge with it. So I do understand that. And some people are probably getting frustrated that they're not getting accepted to stream. And then on top of that, the rewards have been minimal at best. Like
how are the rewards on Abstract? Because I've been accepted, but every time I want to stream, there's like, you know how it is, like it's hectic and I forget to go to Abstract and hit start. So
yeah, man, so many times I forget hitting start. So can you fix that thing with the Abstract team so we don't have to do that manually?
Yeah, it's like
so fucking annoying. But no, the rewards have been minimal. I mean, the XP I earn from streaming is next to nothing. I tested it 1 week when I had little to no assets, and I streamed twice a day, 5 days a week, so 10 streams a week, and I earned 700 XP, which is like nothing, guys, by the way, because say I owned $1,000 worth of anything, I'd probably earn more than that a week. So in XP, so I was giving 10 to 20 hours of my life for less than $1,000 earning as far as XP goes. So, and you can't sell it anyway. It only comes out Q4, Q1, maybe next year. So,
oh god, so there's no, like, they haven't announced when they're gonna. I'm sure like it won't disappoint. Like Luke has been holding up his promises, but still, it's a long time when it's like everything you do has an opportunity cost, and you need to think like, it's good to have conviction, but if you see a greener pasture, like.
And I'm seeing these creators on Pump Fund making 10 grand in a day, and I'm like, oh, that seems unfair.
Could be you.
Could be me. But then I thought about it, and I was like, well, am I the right fit for that? Because I don't think I'm the guy that goes on there and tips mud on myself and ties myself to a chair and like fucking.
Bro, you talk in your car and you just like go for it. That could be
that guy. But I don't know.
Yeah, you are. Take your phone and while you're driving and just like, you're doing it already. By the way, we have Deck saying 2 awesome people. Hello. Good to see the community there.
What's up? And you spelled awesome right, I think. What was I going to say? So maybe I am right for it, but I just see what some of the people are doing there, and I'm like, fuck, I can't keep up with the extreme. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know if I could keep up with the demands, e.g. it has to get more intense. It can't get less intense. So if I come out with a banger video, where do I go? Like, do you have to get weirder and weird? Like, I don't know. I just worry that I'm going to have to get real weird, and then I'm going to end up acting not like it's me. I don't know. And then I don't know, then maybe channel sponsors or supporters might be like, fuck, dude, you've gone too far as well, or reputational risks. So I don't know. Maybe.
Max is saying you've got the right energy to IRL stream.
Yeah.
Do it.
We should do it now, and then give ECA to Kat so we can get in early. Tell me, because I don't know much about Pump Fund. Does it get? This is going to sound like a real rookie question. Does it get sniped when you launch? Like, if I was to launch, is it going to get sniped? Did you hear that?
Like your own token?
Yeah. Like, you can get weird, Craig. Yeah, I can get weird. Yeah, like if I launch a token, do snipers, is that what happens? Do snipers snipe it and then slowly just bleed the chart? Is that happening there?
So when you launch it, you can basically set yourself how much supply you want. Yeah. So, you're not going to run in the risk of getting sniped. Right. You can basically, when you launch it, you have, obviously, you can decide how much of the bonding curve you want to buy. But this is like, you're doing this before launching it.
Gotcha. So you're guaranteed that part of the allocation.
Yeah.
Everything else is a free for all, which of course the snipers are going to eat. Is that happening over there? Are coins getting sniped there? Are they? I'm sure.
Rate of coins, I don't know right now, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but we need to go. But if you launch a coin, you can go and basically decide of how much to apply and do it before it goes to your safe. And then decide if you want to keep accumulating or selling, like we've been seeing some people do. Just oops. Like clicking a button.
Yeah, well, people sold by mistake, they said, didn't they?
Yeah. Like,
how do you sell?
Happen to just double click.
It's quite hard to click. Yeah, it's quite a weird mistake to make, eh? Yeah, because I know like this. Well, I think was it Alex Becker? Did he do a stream today? That would.
I think he did. I don't know, because like being in Bali, it's like you miss all of the US. Every time like I go to bed, I'm like, what's gonna happen in the morning when I wake up?
Let me. Oh, sorry, wrong screen. My bad.
What is this Bitcoin? Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to bring up Pump Fund. Oh no, Alex Becker. Actually, sorry. I'm sure he was giving away money. So I think he gave away. I think he gave away all his. There we go. So was that his creator earnings? $304,000.
I don't know. All given back.
And then apparently he jumped on random people's streams and just gave them the creator fee money. So shout out to Alex Becker. If you did do that, that's pretty fucking gnarly. Although, did Chris call him out? My favorite quote was, "The money was free, my time is not." Yeah, that's pretty fair. So yeah, I mean, that's an example of a pretty big YouTuber. Alex Becker's got a pretty big following. I used to follow him in 21. Shout out Alex Becker for wrecking me a couple of times. But yeah, he launched, and in 2.5 hours, he made $304,000 that he gave away. So, I mean, is that a bad thing? I don't think that's bad. I think that's great. Like, he gave away a whole bunch of money to people that are also streaming. I just think that's cool. Makes me wonder, Cam. Makes me wonder.
Are we gonna stream on Pump Fund next?
Yeah, it's like,
do it.
Yeah.
I would see you do it. I would totally see it.
I've been asking people what I should call the coin. I've had a few good names. I've had
so this is in the making. This is not a fresh idea. This is you've been thinking about it.
No, I've been thinking about it since it started. But another one people like was CCP, but that could also be Chinese Communist Party. So that might not be the greatest name. But I could probably ham that up a bit, right? That could be a meme in itself. I could be me with a Chinese hat on, but I don't know if people like that. So I've got to kind of think. Another one was Shui, because I did a Shui on stream and Bitcoin hit all-time high. But then I'm like, fuck, am I going to have to do a Shui every day on stream and be drunk?
No.
So
Craig.
Yeah. So,
that's like the gods 2022 vibes or whatever. It's like,
yeah.
My God.
Actually, while I've got you here, Cam, I wonder if I can bring up my Shui I did.
Oh God.
This is fucking brilliant. I spilled a lot of beer. So can you see that? Hang on, where is it?
No, I can't see it yet.
Oh, fuck.
Go with fucking puppets.
Yeah, go the puppet. There I am. Bang. There's the Shui. But I've got a video somewhere which is fucking... Oh, here we go.
Oh,
God. Was meant to be
I got it muted, I think. I don't know if this will come through.
Around that.
Nah,
Can you hear that, Cam, or nah?
Coincidence. I was just sitting there last night with my wife and I go, fuck it, it's Bitcoin hit all-time high. Is that coming through? No one's doing anything. What would be funny on camera to do? And one of the things that came up was Shui. And then I woke up this morning and they're doing a Shui NFT. So I'll show you guys what I've prepared earlier.
Oh my God. Did you pick a fresh shoe?
Holy, it's a whole
tray, mate. So I've got a tray, a shoe.
What beer is your choice today, mate? Is that a Little Creatures or...
It's well worn.
Dirty.
I washed it out.
What's the choice of beer?
It's a Kirin. It's a Japanese beer.
They're good. They're good, those. I like those.
But let me fast forward because you guys can get bored. Yeah, come running out.
Yeah, he's an animal. I mean,
I've done a show. Not really about that sort of life. Here we go, chat. Live on the show. Someone clip this.
Here we go. You'll see how much I spill.
One. That shoe looks disgusting too.
It looks disgusting. I literally said the same thing.
Hurry up, Craig.
All right,
this is to celebrate Bitcoin all-time high.
This is so. Oh, dude! He's missed half the beer.
You.
What a champ. Yeah.
Not bad,
Let's
not
go.
bad.
So that was celebrating Bitcoin's last all-time high, guys. So
Oh my God.
I'm committed to the cause. And next time it hits all-time high, I'll do it again, Cam. I'll do another one of those. Yeah, go the fucking puppets. It'll be good to see the puppets pump. Actually, I'm still holding a couple of those bad boys. I saw you jumped on stream with Hillary the other day. Hills.
Yeah, Hills came up.
Fuck, that's cool. How was she? I've never chatted with her on camera.
Oh, she's awesome. I mean, we've met up in real life as well. So
Cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of her work. Very big
it was
fan.
no, it was an awesome stream. We've had like the whole chat in there. It was probably one of the most outrageous streams I've ever had. I've been doing like these kind of not interviews, but just chats, with people asking about their company, what they're doing, and like business related, whatever. And then the one with the puppets, it's just like
Chaos.
outrageous. I'm gonna have to mark it like not for minors on YouTube when I.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for kids. But sorry. And we had someone buy a puppet after the stream.
I saw that. I saw it on X. Someone went after watching your stream. They went.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought was fucking gnarly. I was proud of you actually for doing that. I was like, this is nice. This is nice for the puppets. So you're saying I should do a pump fund, but you're not, Cam. You're not going to do one. Thanks, man.
So the thing is, so I'm now in Bali, and this may sound an excuse, but it's one of the things I tell myself.
Yes.
I live in Dubai. I'm going back after Token. I cannot stream in the streets in Dubai. They'll put me in jail. I don't think that's going to be really fun. It's like Singapore. If you're live streaming, by the way, IRL. If you're streaming IRL, just make sure you check the country's like legislations and rules around streaming in person in the streets, because some countries do not allow it, and you're gonna have some serious issues. Singapore is one of them. Like Speed had to stop his he was doing his like Asia tour. He had to stop streaming there, and he's big, so I don't think
he can't do it. Then no one can do it. Really.
Yeah, exactly. Dubai doesn't mess around. So I don't know. I'd have to think of tricks to do in the house.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're like,
or like do that. Yeah, I'll think about it.
No,
I'm not totally opposed to it. I think if I did it, I would want to do it like right and fun.
That's kind of the stress of doing it as well, I think, is the obligation, because I'm kind of in a good flow at the moment. You're probably the same as well. Like streaming's going well. I'm enjoying it. Trading's going well. I'm enjoying it. And it's like, do I really want to add a potential massive stress to my life? Or it could be amazing. That's the other thing. It could be amazing and it could go really well. We could all make tons of money and it could be a big laugh. And I might walk away going, that was great. I made heaps of money, made heaps of other people money, and we all had a good time. That would be the best outcome. The worst would be like, fuck, that went terribly. Coin went to zero. My rep gets annihilated and I worked really hard. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will do it. I know my co-host Greeny's away for a couple of weeks. So while he's away,
maybe the GC crypto is going to just switch into...
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. Cancel the stream going on Pump Fund. Bye-bye.
The business is in ruins when he comes back. Like, there's just nothing left. OKX is gone. Yeet's gone. Everything's gone. We've lost everything. But the coins at a 50K market cap, Greeny, we're doing great. There's potential.
Yeah.
What else is on your radar, Cam? Is there anything and I mean anything as far as crypto goes, is there anything that's kind of made you at the moment go, oh, that's a sick mint, or there's anything coming out that you think looks cool or whatever?
So I've been trading again, like some meme coins. I think, to be honest, like non-biased opinion, but the OKX DEX is really good. Like I trade on various platforms, but in terms of like, tools for like analytics and all this stuff, like I think OKX is doing a really good job of like aggregating a lot of information. And the DEX, there's like a fly here that's like just bugging me.
I could see it for a second. I thought it was my screen glitching.
Oh my god, so annoying! Like, go away. So I've been looking at meme coins again. Of course, like it's been okay, but like just trading alts, honestly. And I used to overtrade and just trade like too many things, and right now I just look at like what's the strongest asset in the market. I wait for things to move. I don't really like trading sideways or scalping. It's just not really my thing anymore, but I just wait for like moves, or I wait for momentum, or I see that pump, for example, is doing something, or I'm not going to say undervalued, but like there's a bit of a disparage between like what people are saying about it and the potential of it. And so about the bottom, I'm just trading that. Been trading Avalanche, just some other alts, and then like maybe that's not necessarily what's gonna pump next week, but the thing is you want to make sure that when things move, you're in the stronger asset class, because that's what's gonna like pump the most. Like everything tends to move together, right? Like the market is correlated, but you are gonna have some assets that are gonna be dominating, and that's the ones that you want to be in. And there's ways to check that. Like you can check BTC over ETH, just put pump fund over XRP or whatever it is, and check. And so I've been doing that. I haven't been like trading that much. I just like pick one asset and I stick with that, and maybe I'll have like another one that I'm like trading next to it. But the whole like I'm gonna have like 50 trades open is too risky, also because again market correlates, so if it goes down you're gonna just lose that times like 5. A bit more boring, not as exciting, but profitable.
Yeah.
So
I'm similar, especially with Bitcoin doing that, like just going sideways, chopping. So obviously hit all-time high, pulled back, and now it's just chopping. People get frustrated. People start over-rotating. And things like that. So I agree with you. I'm like on stream sometimes, and Greeny speaks to me and he's like, oh, what are you trading at the moment? It's a similar answer to you. I try not overtrade. So in the past, when I first came into crypto in 21, I was definitely guilty of overtrading. I had just about every altcoin you can imagine.
It's such a rookie mistake. I feel like it's like it's a noob mistake.
You're overexcited, so you want to collect
like
the
FOMO. It's like so exciting, and you just want to catch everything and stuff. And I feel like once you mature and you get a bit older and stuff, like you start
become more monogamous.
Wise.
One thing.
Yeah, you just become a little bit more wise, and then you settle for like a few, and you're like, I'm not gonna FOMO, and there's always going to be a next trade, and you'll make more by just either hodling or just sticking with one.
Sticking
and
with
not going
sometimes is good
and
too.
Zooming out, like in a bull market, like the wicks are insane. So make sure that first of all you use a stop loss, but second that like I'm not going to go and trade these like tiny breaks. Like I'm not doing that anymore, just because I don't want to be in front of my computer again. I want to have a life. So just put a big stop, like enough with the tight stops. You'll survive longer, and it's going to be more profitable. That's just more boring, less exciting. Scalping's not really my thing anymore. I'm just not really good at scalping, honestly.
I think it's important to work out when you're a trader. One of the main things to work out quite quickly, if you can, is what you're good at, or which does take time because you've got to have losses to work out what you're good at, unfortunately. But once you work out what you're good at, I think dial in on that and just become an expert in that particular thing, whatever it might be. So for me, it ended up being Bitcoin, just getting a really good understanding of it as far as charts go. And that's why this bull run I've done quite well, because I just decided to dial in on Bitcoin predominantly and then trade alts as metas swapped. So, swapping from, instead of being heavy in Ethereum this bull run, I was heavy in Sol early and luckily enough I was, because obviously that GigaCent versus Ethereum, which did fuck all. And then also I rode the Bitcoin ordinals pump. That was great. Fuck, that was good. I'd love that to come back. So shout out to ordinals.
But I don't know. Right now it's tough, huh?
Now it's real bad. It's tough, but that was a great time to stack sats for those who are around in sort of 23. Great time to increase your Bitcoin bag, which was good. Now it's sort of like a fight between Bitcoin, Sol, and ETH a touch, and then there's Hype. Are you into Hype, Cam?
Yeah, I trade on Hype.
Yeah, I haven't been trading on it yet, but I see a lot of people getting wins there. Where's the fucking chart? I'm blind.
Deck is asking if either one of us does leverage trade and mostly spot. For me, it's both, so it depends, right? Like, if you have a everything depends on the size of your portfolio.
Yeah.
So, like if you have, let's say, 6 figures in spot and you just manage your spot position, like the 5% move is going to make quite a significant change, right? So you might want to like have some capital in spot. Leverage trading, at the end, you're just playing with a bigger size. Like, people forget what leverage trading is. You're basically borrowing.
Yeah.
And you're going in with a larger size, plus you're paying for fees, right? So don't think that leverage trading, like if sometimes like people post these like 100x and whatever, but it doesn't really mean anything. Like, you just like borrowing against your position. You could be playing with like $5 and going with like 100x, and yeah, you're just increasing the size of your position. And then you have just keep in mind, like, there is a cost. So you're borrowing that money. It's not going out of thin air. You're going to have to pay for fees. Like, if you're not playing with large positions, it adds up. So just keep in mind, like, yeah, it just depends. Honestly, it's just different strategies, but it depends on your portfolio. I do both. I have spot, I have stables, I play with leverage, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Myself, I am spot, so I don't really leverage trade. I was leverage trading a little bit in the bear market, and then when the bull market sort of kicked in, I stepped away. I was studying quite a lot, TA and leverage trading and things like that. And then when the bull market came, I ran out of time to study. So I was like, right, I've got to dial in on what I know, and what I know is spot. So I'm one of those people now that I trade spot but with size. So for instance, a 30% move for me in Bitcoin is quite significant. With someone with, like Cam was just saying, with someone who's got, say, $50 in a 30% move.
Yeah, like you're better off like getting a job,
Yeah, honestly.
And that's go work.
Yeah, get a job, fill up your bags, get bigger bags, and then you can start to play. But the best thing that I learned, Greenie's friend. Yeah, that's me, Craig. Greenie's other twin. But what I have enjoyed this bull run, it's my second bull, so it took me time to get to this point. But, Ordinal certainly helped. But, getting a bigger Bitcoin bag and then swing trading, it's been phenomenal. When you get moves like, where is it? I'll just bring it up quickly for people who want to kind of understand how I trade spot Bitcoin. So for instance, I was buying the absolute shit out of the bottom of this range, like aggressively buying 5 figures each tap here. Then you get a move from 53 up to 110. That's a 2x. I sell pretty much. Well, I might sell 30% of my bag. And then wait for the pullback, boof, and a pulled back. What was that pullback? It's about a 40% pullback, rebought the bottom of that range, sold back up there, bought there, sold there, bought there. So I keep it pretty simple, but I go with size, and I'm aggressive with taking profit. So I remember, say, for instance, when I sold this local high here at 111,000, that's when I did the shoey, I think. I had a lot of people when I said I'm selling some Bitcoin here, like, oh my God, you're an idiot. But they say that every all-time high. Everyone, in fact, that's how I can temperature gauge the market, where we are in a bull market. I find it semi-accurate, is the more I get sell shamed, the closer to the top we are normally. So the heavier the insults, the more people tell me I'm an idiot, the more people say this time it's different, the more people that say there's no bear market, the more people that say the real estate market can't go down, the more I take profit, because I disagree with a lot of those statements. I don't think there won't be a bear market. I think there will be, yada, yada. I'll get into that rant later. But that's kind of just to answer how I kind of how I trade spot. So that's what I was sort of saying to Cam before. I got really comfortable with Bitcoin and the way Cam might be able to agree with me on this one. Once you trade certain coins long enough, you kind of get a feel for it, as weird as that.
They have their own their personality.
Yeah, they do. And you get to know their personality. So it's weird.
They move in a certain way.
Yeah, it was sort of
another thing. News.
Another way you could say it is like, it's like a dance, however you dance, if you want to say it, but like you learn the flow. It's really weird for someone who's listening to this, who's new to trading. I must sound mental. Like, that must sound so stupid. And I remember listening to that when I got into crypto. There was guys doing TA who said stuff like that. I was like, fuck, that's weird. But certainly you do get quite, if you dial in, like, so for me, I just focused on Bitcoin, got to know it really well. And that way I could kind of not predict moves, but semi-predict as accurately as I could, just based on some of the data and what I was seeing and feeling and seeing on the timeline and the TA and all those things put together. And then worked my way through Solana and all those things. But certainly getting to know Bitcoin better was a good thing, because as Cam alluded to before, Bitcoin kind of dictates what the rest of it will do anyway. So if you get to know Bitcoin really well, you get to kind of predict how the market's going to move, and you're kind of a first mover as well. And that's what I like, because in 21, I had heaps of altcoins. The problem was I found I was always having to wait for other things to pump for them to pump, right? Whereas being in Bitcoin, I'm the one who gets to sell now, and then I buy into breakouts and other coins. So I'm part of the flow over into the buckets below. And I kind of like being the one that's kind of ahead of the curve, if that makes sense. In other words, I'm not waiting for the market. Well, I'm kind of waiting for it to come to me, but I move with it. So I'm kind of flowing like down in the buckets. That was a really bad way to describe that, but that's kind of the way I sort of trade. Someone's asking here.
Yeah, from YouTube. Are you connected to YouTube as well, or is it coming from mine account?
I am on YouTube, but I don't have a big following there, so I'll be surprised if there's many questions.
François, are you connecting from Kamsky or Craig? Let us know. But it's a really good question.
What's the answer to that?
Okay. I mean, so the answer is try to trade liquid. And again, like, you're not going to go into a meme coin with like size, the same way that you would do with a liquid altcoin that has market makers where there is a market. There's no way to, manage slippage unless you're going to spread out. You can DCA. Yeah. But then again, when you're going into like really low liquidity altcoins or meme coins, these things move fast. So you might not necessarily have time to like DCA as much. Although there are some tools where you can do it, like you can set basically an amount that you go in. But it's really hard to manage. I would say, like, if you're really set on buying a certain coin, DCA, do it slowly. If you're trading that on an exchange and you see the chart is choppy, look at the order book. Like, you need to look at where there's a wall that's going to be able to absorb your, what you're selling into, basically. So it's a little tricky. Again, there's so many coins. Maybe go find something that's more liquid. And instead of struggling with that, you know what I mean? Like,
I was going to say,
do yourself a favor.
There's such a variety of flavors out there that unless you really think it's like red hot and you have to have it, maybe wait for another opportunity that has an easier exit and entry.
But be careful, you're going to get sandwiched, or, if you go in with too much size, like the point is also not to move the market so much. Like, you want to be invisible in a sense.
Yeah, correct. You don't want to stand out.
Exactly. You don't want to necessarily stand out. So just do it, like, I would say DCA, and then just make sure that you look at, if you're on DEXs, just on Sexes, just look at the order book. But it's painful. Like, your slippage is
it's a bummer. Painful. That's one of the things at the moment that's hurting abstract meme coins, is the liquidity for them is really low. So massive swings, massive slippage, hard to get out. It creates a few issues. So that's why you'll see quite big market dumps in those coins. Just the liquidity is so low. It's a bit of an issue. I don't know how they're going to fix it.
Liquidity pools, I guess.
Hey, what's that? Sorry?
More liquidity pools.
Yeah, I think over time that I don't think I'm pretty sure it'll happen. It's a maturity thing, and I'm kind of just being careful with memes at the moment. I'm actually not trading memes a heck of a lot. I think I like to trade when it's easy mode. And that's one of the biggest things I learned from, I don't know if you know who this is. This is an old name, or semi-old, Nifty Wap. Do you know who that is, Cam?
No.
Okay, that's the guy that got into Pepe when it was under $200,000 market cap. So made a shitload of money on meme coins. And one of the main things he said to me was the best traders know when to step away from the table. And that kind of resonated with me, or stuck with me in a way, just about thinking like a casino. And you've got to know, well, I guess the classic song, hold 'em or fold 'em, but also when to walk away from the table and stop playing. Because sometimes the games get really fucking hard and sometimes they get really easy. So you want to play when it's easy. And what easy mode for me was Solana in 23. Like, that was just fucking easy. Memes were popping off. Ethereum memes were easy as well. You had Pepe, you had Mog, you had Joe, you was Kekek. There was heaps. There were so many good ones that you could just ride. And they rode slowly. Ethereum coins used to move quite slowly, and then Solana came along and hyper accelerated the speed of charts. And then you just had pump and dumps. And unfortunately, then you had trading tools come in. So you had bots come in and things like that. And once bots came in and automation came in, it made the edge I had much less, certainly via TA and things like that. So I've kind of stepped away from the meme coin casino for quite a while now. The only meme coins I got into was the abstract ones, and that was just to earn XP really for a bigger drop in Q4. So
I love meme coins.
I'm a little bit different. Yeah, I'm farming, I guess you call it. But yeah, I don't think at the moment it's a great time for memes. Although the creator ones, maybe there's probably good opportunities there, but I'm definitely not the one to speak about them because I haven't been trading them. Who's this? Don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
that must be one of your fans, Cam.
no, thank you.
They'll lure us into a Telegram group to siphon all our money. That'll be good.
Yeah, great. No,
Hey,
thanks.
I want to ask you, actually, that's a good question. As a creator / influencer / whatever you want to call yourself, person of influence, how do you navigate partnerships / DMs from companies and people and that wanting your attention and wanting to do work with you? How do you navigate that? Because A, what I find is a lot of it's bullshit. B, a lot of it is them trying to take you to Telegram groups where no doubt they want to like be sketchy sometimes. How do you deal with that? How do you stay safe? How do you filter out the crap? And how do you get to the good stuff in there? Am I doing it wrong? I'm not doing anything other than doing it myself.
I mean, the first thing, like, I don't really take a lot of deals, to be honest. And when they do, it's usually from trusted people that I know. So, if you grow, there's a point where you're going to have a certain network. So you need to be obviously very careful where these deals are coming from. Obviously, if it sounds too good to be true, don't. But, like, I think as a creator, and I mean, I run a marketing agency myself, so I'm also on the other side, right? Which does help. But I do have to say that doing it for yourself is it's tricky sometimes, and you have to be really careful. And it's not a matter of like sketchy projects. Like, you're gonna also have like big companies, and this happened to me recently. I won't make names, but like, you have to be careful and read those contracts, because some of them will send you some pretty like one-sided, aggressive and predatory ones that, if you think like, wow, this is such a cool project, they're so big, and you don't really actually think on the long term, you're going to risk in putting yourself in a situation where you sign something that ultimately is going to tie you up and lock up your brand, which,
Like
is a long-term thing, right? Sorry?
Like exclusivity, if they're trying to get you to sign exclusivity for them?
Yeah, exclusivity, or like some terms are a bit like gray and not very fair. Like, there's a lot of things like you cannot expect. If you're going in as a creator, you do not expect for the other part to have your best interests at heart. Most of the time, they're gonna try to like get squeeze you out, not pay you, try to like lure you into some collaboration kind of deal where, oh yeah, it's for your own exposure. You're gonna grow just because you're affiliated with us. And this is very short-sighted. Of course, there are opportunities, and I'm not saying like everything needs to be financially compensated, because there are definitely collaborations that will elevate your brand and will put you on the map. But I think it's really important to think on the long term, not FOMO, and really read those contracts and put them in ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT, like, what are the red flags? Is this a fair contract? Is this something that, I do see myself in? Because your brand, like, everything is shiny for a bit, right? Like, everything's shiny in the beginning, but things fade.
You're a bit emotional or excited too, right? When you get
100%, like, things will fade off. And you never know, it's crypto. Like, do your research into the brand that you're going to be putting on your name, because especially in the beginning, I think, like right now, like I'm at the point where I reached like 10K and I've got a lot of like deals coming through. I'm turning down most of them.
Yeah.
Also because you don't want to be, it depends, right, on the brand. But like, I like to create my own content. I want to be free. I don't want to be tied to a brand. And also, like, if I do, it's because like I just naturally gravitate towards it. But if you start taking on too many deals, like it's gonna off put. And you want to be able to grow to a certain point as well, where you have more leverage. And I think sometimes taking on too many deals and pushing too many projects is going to hurt your brand. It will devalue your own self in some way. So it's a balance. But the main thing, if you're a creator and you're starting up, like, yeah, just make sure that you read those contracts, if there's any, that you protect yourself, and that you speak to other KOLs. Like, make sure you have a network, right? Like, ask questions like, does this feel right to you? Ask people what their experience are. Like, there's a network and people need to support each other. I think it's not a competition. I think a lot of the time we see creators kind of feel like, oh, there's someone on the uprise, they're going to steal my shadow, or they feel like they're competing with each other, and they put it in this stage where actually there's enough sun for everybody. You just need to, the best way to grow is to collaborate. And that's also something that, a lot of people maybe don't do, and they're a bit too individualistic on that. But I 100% believe in like collaborating, supporting each other, growing together. It's the best way to go further. And also in a safe way, like, you make sure that you protect yourself, because these contracts are legally binding. There's your name on there. It's not a joke. And you don't know what's going to happen in like a year. You know what I mean? So it's obviously give and take. You can earn a lot, but just make sure that you know what you're doing. And I see Kuya in the chat. What's up? I love to see the puppet here.
Yeah, Kuya's the man. Bitcoin puppet extraordinaire. Good to see the puppet PFP back on him, actually. That's good. That one looks good with the sock on there. No, I agree with you as well. Like, be careful with the brands you take on board. And as well, I guess, realize that probably 99% of those companies or brands probably gone in the bear. So if you do affiliate with them, just understand that they could fall over very easily at any point, and you might be left answering the questions for that company who's no longer there, doesn't give a fuck. No one knows their name, but they know your name. You know what I mean? I'm me. My brand's me. Your brand's you as this person. You're not something else. You're not an alt or something. So I don't get to just like, and you don't either. We don't get to just go, oh, well, never mind. Sorry, guys. Like, people attach you with, say, I don't know, just like what happened with Thread Guy. You get caught up in stuff and you can get tainted quite easily. And, he's bounced back, and that's great. He's great for his live streams and all that. But you can see how easy it is to even accidentally get affiliated with certain people or projects. And then you might have to put out an apology video next thing you know, saying, oh, fuck, sorry, guys. Like, sorry, I rugged all of you. But that's a chat I don't really ever want to have with people. And I don't think the money's worth fucking having that chat, man. I think, like what you said as well, I think it's a good point in that I think creators need to probably work together more. And I've never had I've never come across too many creators that I've noticed want to steal the limelight too much or anything like that. But certainly you do sometimes. And it makes me laugh quite a lot when they are like that, because I'm like, fuck, you must have been the kid at the candy store not wanting to share any of your candy with anyone, eh? It's like, fuck, man. And like you said, I think there's enough money to go around. And you don't need to be greedy. And the other thing is you can grow together.
You're going to grow. Look at all the more successful, look at like the bigger streamers out there, not in crypto. Like, no one got there by themselves. Like, look at FaZe Clan. They're all together. Everyone's streaming together. They're supporting each other. Like, this is the way. This is the way to grow. That's why we have creator houses going up. That's why, by yourself, like, you can only get so far, right? If you want to get in there.
Yeah. And also it's good to have like-minded people around you, like you were saying, that a support network, I guess, is a better way to put it. E.g., if you get a DM from a brand or whatever, you can reach out to some of your buddies or whatever and say, hey guys, like, have any of you dealt with this company before?
Always double check. I literally had a situation last night. Last
Yeah.
night, a friend just DM and be like, "Hey, have you heard of this company? Like, have you double check? What's like
Yeah.
how are they legit? All this stuff." And then you do some DD and you realize altogether. It's tricky at some point because obviously once you sign a contract, there's some kind of I wouldn't say it's an NDA, but there's definitely like some confidentiality clause that you need to honor. But definitely do that like research before and talk to people, at least that you can trust, right?
Agreed. And at least like the people reaching out to you, you can actually just pop their name in the search bar on X and just see what comes up under their name. And quite often, if you just put their name and put like scam or something, if they are a scammer, you'll see. I didn't know this, but an artist that I know in the space put me onto that, and they were like, just search the person's name and write scam, and you'd be surprised how many it actually brings up with the word scam with certain people, and you go, motherfucker, I knew that guy was sketchy. The other good thing to, I guess, to check is, friends of yours that follow the person. If there's a shitload of your buddies that follow that person, more likely they're okay. If it's someone coming along, like my favorite is when I get a DM from someone who say like 10,000 followers and we've got no mutuals.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's fake.
if you're in crypto and we have no mutuals, that's impossible at this stage of the game with me. Like you just can't not have mutuals. So that's always a big red flag for me. And then if you go to their page on X, if it's just reshares, rather than them actually making content, they're just resharing other people's stuff. So in other words, their account's more like a shell. There's nothing about them. It's not their thoughts. They share other people's thoughts. That's normally for me another red flag. That's things that I can think of. Hello, Bruno and Abstract. Hello, my man. Anything else in the market, Cam, that's getting you going at the moment? Anything else exciting you? Because it's the time in the market where probably everyone's getting a little bit bored, I reckon. Because there's nothing really fucking giga pumping apart from pump.
I mean, I've been trading pumps, so I can't complain.
Same. I've had a good time. I got in pre-sale, so I was a happy boy. I should have been.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I bought pre-sale and I held it all through that dump, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it's one of those times you get it right. Feels good when you get it right. Doesn't always go like that, chat. So don't worry. I could brag, but it doesn't always go like that. But it was, for me, pump. I mean, I'm going to say this now and I can puff my chest up and be like, it was so fucking obvious.
Yeah, of course.
Am I into Pokemon cards, Max? I'm not. My son is, though. My son is into Pokemon. He's also into One Piece and stuff like that. So I used to play Pokemon. What was I playing? Pokemon Red when I was.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
How old is your son?
My son's 9. He turned 9 about a week ago.
Oh, yeah. That's the time. That's gonna get fun.
Yeah, he's sick, dude. He's into all that. Like he's into like all the cool anime now, and like he's getting into that stuff where I can watch with him. Well, I've always been able to watch with him, but the stuff that I actually go, yeah, fucking cool. Like I want to watch it now. So Mario and video
Demon Slayer. Does he watch Demon Slayer?
Not yet. I've just been deciding which ones of the anime are kind of like appropriate. I haven't watched Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it's because they're quite violent, but like.
Yeah, and him being 9 years old, he can. I'm not a super strict parent, but it's kind of like, you got to understand their little innocent brains can't handle.
Yeah, no, it's a bit too early. There's a lot of
there's time for that, right?
Yeah, it's too early, honestly. Like too much blood. It's very violent. Like
I think it's better at 9 years old to think of
traumatizing, honestly.
It's a beautiful rosy place. I think at their age, just
and
yeah. And I think we might maybe, but I don't know much. Is Demon Slayer good?
It's super good. I love it. I just watched the movie like this week.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I need to watch it. I do need to watch it. I've been told by heaps of people.
Oh, good. It's like, they had a movie come out during the pandemic. It was the second highest or first highest grossing anime ever. And this one that just came out, Infinity Castle, also just made it to the top, I think like 3 highest grossing anime movies ever. Gotcha. Right next to like Spirited Away from Ghibli.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, I liked it. I watched that when it came out. That was cool.
Yeah.
I like that. No, I like anime. I just I had to. Well, no, I didn't have to stop watching it. But when I had a kid, I just stopped playing video games. I stopped watching a lot of that stuff. There's no time. There's no fucking time.
Now you can start again.
yeah, and that's what's really cool. That's what's really cool now about my son being a little bit older is now I can do those things again. So we're playing video games together, Call of Duty.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
He's playing Call of Duty and you don't let him watch.
yeah, he doesn't mind a 360 no scope.
He's like shooting people.
Shooting them in the head or shanking them or whatever. Yeah, I know. So no, he's not super protected. Yeah. Call of Duty's he's getting used to the controller. I think for small hands, like for kids, it's hard to get used to the controller on it. On the
Game Boy was easier.
Yeah. So, we had Nintendo Switch. He loved that. He loved Mario. Now he's sort of graduating to PlayStation now. But you haven't got kids, have you, Cam?
No, not yet.
Yeah, take your time.
But I've got a whole list of things to do that I'm going to do with them. Like, it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, kids are great, but you definitely want to be ready for it because, you got to give away a lot of your life, which is, man, it's fun though. It's great to give away, but it sort of takes you away when you get handed this baby. You're like, fuck. Like you go to the hospital or you're at the hospital probably, and then the doctor goes, "This is your son," and you're like, wow. Like there's no you might go to university to get a degree, right? So by the time you come out, and even you come out of university and you still don't feel ready, and you had 3 to 4 to 5 years to get prepped for it, right? With that, you had 9 months, and then you're a dad now. You're responsible for a life. You're like, shit, it's quite heavy. So get ready for that.
Yeah, I'm going to be a mom, so I'll have like 9 months to like get ready and have this little human grow inside.
Yeah, I think for mums, it's a little bit different in that way that you kind of, the changes are happening to you. So like it's apparent every day that you are pregnant. It's not like saying I didn't notice my wife is pregnant, but it's like,
you don't go through the hormonal changes. Like there's none of that. I think the women have it more in a way.
It's a lot more real guys than for us.
Happen.
Like for us, it's you're pregnant, then your wife or your partner gets a big belly and it's super cute and all that, and then bang, there's a baby. It's a life, right? And it's screaming at you. Like they just scream. So it's not like they come into the world and give you a hug and say, "I love you, Dad." They come out screaming.
Have you ever met like any friends that have kids that told them like when they had their kid they were ready? I don't think anyone's like ready for.
No. I don't think there is a ready. I don't think there's a ready. No, there's no ready. I wasn't actually ready, but you learn on the job.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody says.
And then it's a sleep deprivation as well. So the hardest part is the lack of sleep, because obviously you and your partner can get quite cranky at each other with no sleep. So you're trying not to get divorced. You're trying to keep a kid alive. You're trying to keep your wife alive. And you're like, oh my God, you're trying to go to work. You're like, fuck, like it's full on. But fast forward 9 years and now it's pretty easy actually.
That's fun. Now the fun part starts.
Now it's the good part, Cam. So you just got to have a baby, wait about, I reckon the good part kicks off about year 4 or 5. For me, I don't know, maybe being male is different or whatever, but that's when my little boy started to get into like doing, kicking a soccer ball around or like, you know what I mean? Like I think the dad can become useful at that point. I think before that, everything's mum. Like, you're breastfeeding, you're keeping your baby alive, our baby alive. Dad really is in the way. Like dad's like cleaning and like trying to keep the mum alive basically. So dad's kind of like a spare wheel for a little bit in a real weird way. You're not, but you kind of can feel like it a little bit because it's mum and baby first and foremost.
Yeah, I hear that. A lot of dads feel like
dads can fall apart there. And just for the guys out there, like there was 8 of my friends, we all fell pregnant at the same time. Not well, you can say we, I guess, but we all had babies at the same time. And every single dad said the same thing. There was a little bit like there's almost like a little bit of like
you feel rejected. I hear that a lot.
Yep, because you're obviously used to you and your partner being, obviously when your wife's got a massive belly, you're super in love, man. Like you're very like, it's just like you're kind of very protective of her as well. You know what I mean? She's pregnant, she's got your baby in her. You're like super like cuddly and like the hormones, or I guess the guy changes too. And then all of a sudden your wife is tired. It's going to sound super selfish. But for about a year or 2, you won't see your wife much. You'll see each other, but it won't be in any romantic capacity at all. Maybe not even much hugging. So like for the guy, you're kind of like, fuck, like you kind of take the back. Yeah. So look,
the guy will feel neglected. It's like a thing. Yeah.
And that's why I think a lot of guys cheat in the first couple of years as well.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories. About half my friends fell off. So lessons in that. Luckily, I didn't, but certainly take care of each other, guys. That's a bit of an ominous sign, but just love each other, Cam. Just love each other. Do people know where you are, Cam? Am I allowed to say what country you're in?
Yeah, I'm in Bali right now.
Okay, cool. You're in Bali, huh?
Yes.
And you said till the end of the month?
End of the month, so 29th, and then token 2049 in Singapore for the
Dude, that's
madness. I need to start like signing up to stuff because it's insane the number of events that they're gonna be at. And then back to Dubai, home.
Yeah. Are you excited for token?
It's kind of the same. Oh yeah, are you coming, by the way?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not nearly prepped enough for it. I can't. I just actually can't. I don't think my life will handle it. The wheels will fall off the wagon if I go. So I just can't leave just yet. But I think next year I will. Maybe next year, but no, I'm not this year. But that would be the one I go to because Singapore's not too far away. So
you're kind of close.
Is it still 8 hours though? Or is it 10 or something? But whatever, that's doable. It's better than the States, which is like 24. So I would do it, but I also understand from going to a few things like that now, it's a lot of energy. And yeah,
a lot of energy. I'm excited, but I'm also dreading it.
Yeah,
I'm dreading it.
I'm a bit of a funny one. I'm an extrovert, but I need my alone time where I just like charge up my battery and then I'm loud like this. But there are times where I'm very quiet. So I go from like hyper to quiet, and then so for me, events like that are quite draining.
I mean, there's
emotionally and everything because I give a lot. You're probably the same. I talk to everyone. I give it my whole. I am me, so I'm tired by the end of the fucking day. Then it's the drinks and going out. It's like, fuck. So, and I love a good time, as everybody knows. So it makes it quite a challenge for someone like me to like balance work and lifestyle. So, it's tricky.
When you're off the rails, Craig.
Yeah. So it's tricky for me. But I will probably be at I'll probably be in Sydney for the Australian Crypto Convention this year. In fact, I think I'm going with OKX, I think. So look out for me there if you go. I think I'm going to be there. I'm going to double check that, but I think I'm going. I went to that last year. That was a lot of fun, but that was like my first IRL event. And it was really good, but really weird. Like there were moments when it was amazing. And then there's moments where I was looking around going, fuck, I don't know anyone. Because it was kind of weird. So there was moments of like loneliness in a way, but it's different now because, fast forward a year, I've been streaming now a lot longer. So people know my face, but it was even weird last time walking around and then people coming up going, oh, hey, Craig. And you don't know who they are. Which happened. I went to an OKX event in Brisbane. Greenie and I spoke there. That was wild, man. I had this young dude come up to me. This couple of guys, shout out, he might be watching now. He's a good dude. Just a young guy, but 20-year-old. He's like, Craig, come here. You're the fucking man. I want to get a photo with you and all this stuff. And I'm not used to that. So it was quite like, I felt a bit like a dork, man. I was like, what? Like,
it's like famous.
Yeah, but like so stupid, like, but not stupid. It's so hard to put into words.
It's cute.
It is cute. Like, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it is. I don't know. I don't know how to word it. But
I mean, it's surreal. Let's call it like it's surreal because like you're just there. But there are people. I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, you spend a lot of time, just like myself. Like I manage my account myself. I reply to my reply guys. Like I know everyone. I know who my reply guys are. And sometimes like, I meet them in real life and it's like, it's normal to think like, oh, you're a smaller account or you have like sub like 1K and then you're interacting with a bigger account. And so you feel like, wow, but just another person, right? So you come there and then you meet them and it's like, oh, I've been following you for so long and stuff. It's just cute, honestly. It's an interesting
I've been on the other side of that. Like, I went to an event and I saw a couple of YouTubers that I'd followed for years.
You did the same thing, right? You'd be like, I love your content. Yeah.
Completely natural. What I found weird was being on the other side and being that guy. And I'm like, fuck, I'm just a dork. Like, but anyway. But the thing is, I think
we're all dorks now. We're like tweeting on Twitter and like.
Yeah, that's right. We're all geeks, right? Or nerds, as Cam would say. Or
you like walk and play if you're like, don't you know who I am?
Yeah. Look, luckily for me, I've never been one with much of an ego. I think I'm a retard. So I think if you're going with that, then you're not going to be too let down with me. But did you get the same thing? Because you've put your face out there for quite a while, so people will know who you are IRL. Did you get that? I mean, I remember speaking to you when you were going to what's it called, NFT Paris.
Yeah, and I spoke there and stuff. Like, yeah. I do, and I also like I think it's quite fun because a lot of like, especially my reply guys, they've been on my post for over a year, right? So I just jam back, and it's just like, and then they interact on other posts, and you just have this kind of like relationship with them in some way. Like, it's just fun. I love just honestly being on the internet, and so. I will remember. I might not know your face, but if I see you and you tell me your name, like I'll know who you are.
I don't know yet. Yeah.
And I'll remember that we've been like interacting with each other for a year, and for sure, it's like it's nice, So I love it when people come up to me and stuff. Like it's super fun because I wouldn't be able to recognize them if they're not doxed. That's one.
No, I know, and that's the thing. Like I had, like I said, a few people come up to me, like a girl, lady, Joe, shout out Joe, came up to me, and she's like, Craig, it's me, Joe. But I was like, because she's not doxed, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck Joe is.
Yeah,
like Joe, that's like such a common name. But then when she told me and showed me a PFP, then I'm like, oh, of course, Joe, like sweet. But for the first like 5 seconds, my brain was having a meltdown because I was like, you feel rude as well. I was like, fuck, like, should I know this person? And the way they looked at me was like, I've known them for 20 years. So you're kind of like, oh my God. But then you realize, look, you can't know everybody, dude. And people, because I stream now every day, I guess people just get to know you and they become comfortable with you, which is super cool. That's exactly what you want as a creator. You want to be in people's lounges. You want to be, with them while they're working, typing away at work, and it's your voice and yada, yada. So familiarity is a good thing, but it caught me off guard. So that was pretty buzzy. So shout out to those people.
Yeah. Like you'll see that's the thing. The more you do these events, like the more like natural, and you'll also find the way that's not awkward to be like
to respond.
Like if you don't remember someone, it's okay. It's like it's fine. Like there's no shame. It's not. It's okay to say like I'm sorry, I don't know you, but like nice to meet you, and like super nice for you to come, and it's totally fine. The same way like. Yeah, some people might be assholes and just be like, I don't know who you are. Like, get out of me. Like, who are you?
I'll never be like. How do you find? I don't know if this is any different. How do you find being a female navigating IRL events? Is it? I mean, I can't ask if it's trickier than being a male because you're not male. But is there an extra layer of, I don't know what the word is, risk for you? Do you think about that or not?
Yeah, for sure. And I think every woman that goes to professional events, not just in crypto, does need to be aware of that. Like, especially if you're, outnumbered in a certain way. Yeah. I usually have Max with me, so he's like almost like 2 meters tall. So like it's definitely easy. But I've had situations where there were like some dudes that were being creepy and annoying, and I have no tolerance for that. So if I see you, and that usually starts in DMs, so I can kind of tell like who's weird. But then some of them stay on Twitter behind the screen where I can't punch them, but some of them decide to like the ones that do come up and act inappropriately around me, like I have zero tolerance for that, and there's not going to be any friendly or fun interaction for you if you're being rude to me, and I have no problem calling these people out. So far it's been okay, but there have been like some people that cross the line. Yeah. And it's tricky because I have a company here, right? So like the success of having an agency also depends on like the network you do, and sometimes it means telling people no, like we're not going to be working with you because you've been inappropriate, or you're not someone that we want to be associated with because of your behavior. and that sometimes means not doing business. But I'd rather like say no and cut, those ties and not work with rotten people than like have to like compromise on this. This is something that I'm super sure about, and I don't give a shit. Like, you're being rude to me or my friends, like, fuck off. That's it.
I agree 100%.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
Actually, Max is asking, how's the crypto community in Australia? So yeah, Australia is starting to grow now. We were a little bit behind you guys, obviously, in the US in regards to IRL events. But now we've maybe had 3 or 4 big ones here. We've got it once a year in Sydney, coming up in September, October, November. In 2 months, about 2 more months is our big one. The fact that's on yearly now has started to create a massive change. Actually, what's really funny is the guy that has organized that, the guy who runs that, I used to work in the gym with. So I used to be a personal trainer. So was he a decade ago.
Sick.
And I got into crypto. He got into crypto. And now he's set up, he's running those events. So he actually set up Australia CryptoCon, and now he's moving it to New Zealand. So it was really weird to go to the event last year, and I jumped, and I never jump on Facebook, but I saw his story go up, and he's like, "Oh, the event's going." And I'm like, "That's right. This is his event. What the fuck?" And so I saw him at the event and said good day, but that was surreal, man. Like, we were just a couple of guys working in a gym 10 years ago, and now he's running this massive event with Binance and OKX and all these brands I look up to.
Good.
Yeah, he's come a long way. So shout out, Dave. I'm still waiting for your DM, you dirty dog, to tell me when you can get on camera with me. He's bloody being useless. But I know he's been over in New Zealand. They're setting up, they're going to be running the first New Zealand convention there now. So he's taken the success of Australia, taking it to New Zealand. So he's doing a lot of work in the background. So all of us should be cheering that on, because that's just going to get more eyes worldwide. And, if price is going to go up, we need people. We need more people, Cameron. We need all your friends, your family. I need your nearest and dearest signed up, your mum and dad. Are your mum and dad in crypto? Are they in crypto?
My dad isn't. My mother bought with me back in 2017 when I did make a lot of money on Bitcoin.
Did she? Wow.
Yeah.
Way before me. Fuck.
Yeah. Now, like, the funny thing is that, so when I got in crypto, that was like, it was 2017. It was early 2017. And I was like obsessed with it. I was like, this is going to change the world. Oh my God. And you have to, and the technology, and it's like the next big thing and whatnot. And then she bought as well, with like way more size than I did, because I came out of college, right? So I was just out of university back then. Or no, I was still in university. But like, she followed my crazy madness that came from like a friend as well. So, and back then, yeah, like Max is saying, it was all about ideology. So it was the same way that like you would hear an activist talk about veganism or like climate change. It was so passionate, and I think I was definitely one of those people that was like super passionate about it. So she bought. Yeah. I think she sold a top or something of that year. Yeah. Did super well. I just hollowed through. And then I think along the years, like, bought and sold. She's definitely a really good trader. Just buys, and then when it goes up, it's like, oh, it went up, time to sell. Okay, bye.
No emotions, eh?
Just like, don't know what this is. It's just going up and down. I'm gonna like
just process driven, maybe.
Yeah. But then lately, I don't know. I don't know if they've been I've been telling all my family, like, they make fun of me. There's been jokes at weddings and stuff as well, like in speeches.
Stop making fun of you when it's all-time high though for a little bit, don't they? The jokes go away for a little bit in the bull.
Even at all-time high, like this time, like they don't care. I'm slowly getting now like DMs from people asking me about like XRP or what do you think about this?
XRP and Bitcoin. Facebook, I get messages on Facebook. That's when I know when normies are coming, because I'll get Facebook.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yes, I love it. A little temperature gauge. And they always bring up XRP, which marketing is just so good to get them, and Bitcoin and XRP, and so I guess Solana to a certain degree, but XRP and Bitcoin are the ones I hear a lot from.
Yeah, and then with XRP, sometimes, like, if you look on TikTok, XLM is linked. Well, it's the same founder, so
I used to have a lot of XOM and XRP. I was all about the 589 prophecy and the ISO coins. Yeah, man, I was all about the ISO 22, whatever it was. And I went down that rabbit hole when I got in 21. I was like you, obviously in 2017. I got in.
Rabbit hole to be in.
Yeah, I got in and I was like, same as you. I was like, this is going to change the world. Like VeChain's going to be the consumer chain for like consumables in China. The technology is fantastic. I was all about fundamentals and ideology as well. So it was fundamentals and ideology, but very little chart. And then I soon realized that chart action is more important than fundamentals, really. Fundamentals are great, but they don't mean fuck all when the price is down, do they? And so I came in with this, like, probably the same spirit you had, where I was like championing this new, because I'm old enough, I'm 40, so I'm old enough to remember what 2008 looked like to a certain degree when everything fell down. Obviously, I was young and I didn't hurt from it, but I remember understanding that the banks got a bailout. And I remember feeling frustrated about that. I remember saying to my dad, who was an accountant, why do other companies just go under, but banks get propped up like this if they companies? And I know there's a lot to this conversation, but basically, I guess when I found crypto, I was kind of like, yeah, fuck the banks. That was like my protest to the world, was to get behind Bitcoin. And so I came in guns blazing. And if anyone manages to find my Instagram, you'll see in 2021, I'm like a bloody activist on there. I look back at my stories.
Everybody was. That was so
fun. Embarrassed. I went back because I haven't been on Instagram for a couple of years, and I opened up. I went back to it the other week just to go. And I was like, I had so many DMs, I didn't even read them because they'll be weird. But long story short, I could see all my old stories, a lot of my old stories. I was like, what the fuck was I saying? Because I was like putting up P&Ls, like I'm up $4,000 today. And I remember thinking, fuck, I wish I could tell myself to sell then. Because this was at the top of 21. So I was boasting and bragging and all that. And then the bear market came and I got very humbled very quickly. But I think that's how most people will probably be in their first cycle. I don't know if yours went like that, but mine certainly, I came in Feb 21, everything. Look, I'll bring up the Bitcoin chart, guys. I'm going to show you. Yeah. Let me show you what Craig, how much longer do you have, Cam?
We can keep going. I'm free for the next hour.
Yeah, my son's come home, so I can chat maybe another 15 just to give us a little time.
Yeah, sounds good.
But we'll definitely stream again, guys. So don't worry. I've got a lot of people in Abstract saying, "Great chat to have, great to have you on, Cam." So the fans are liking you, Cam.
Thank you. I love you guys too. And for the Abstract people, look at my Pengu. I set up the green light as well.
Yeah, dude.
I should go get it. Let me go get the penguin.
Yeah, you go grab that. I'm going to bring up the Bitcoin chart legends, and I'm going to show you why I thought I was so fucking smart.
All right, I can hear you guys again. Here.
Hello. What are we doing? What have you got? Oh, you got your penguin. So, yeah, that's cool. The pirate. I got that as well. That's so cool.
So cute. Look at this.
So this is the 21 bull run. The double top, obviously, the 64,000 to 69, great number. But so I got in here, Feb 21. So I thought I was a genius. Just everything just went boof to the top.
That's so crazy. That's
in the big dump. Elon Musk put out a tweet saying Tesla sold some of their Bitcoin, market dumped. Not saying that's the reason, but it was the news. The reason why the news said it was the reason. Held my coins, went back up, said to my mate, no, we're going higher. And it fucking dumped even lower, man. So I I didn't hold all the way through. I took profits, but not nearly as much as I should have. And I suspect, Cam, your first cycle was probably similar in that you thought maybe it will go higher. It didn't, and you got stuck holding bags possibly. Was that your experience? Or
yeah, so my best friend, like in uni, started mining. He basically, instead of like getting a job, he went all into mining and made quite a lot of money in ICOs. Nice. And so I bought in, I think it was like in May. So May 2017, I was still in uni and I just held onto the next cycle. And then with that money, I took it out and I'm investing in an AI startup, still going. And then I just kept trading and
Well, it sounds like you might have done better than me. I didn't invest in a company, that's for sure. I guess I'm the company now, but kind of. But yeah, so
I think yes, but like I don't know. I'm waiting to see because like to be honest, like if I just held that money into Bitcoin, like it would have been like more liquid.
same as me.
I don't like investing. Angel investing is like not my thing, to be honest.
I look, luckily or unluckily, I've never had many opportunities with it. It hasn't come across my desk. I actually thought it would have by now, but it hasn't a lot. Only a couple of times. But I haven't heard. What's your thoughts? Don't bother.
I mean, it depends, right? If you hit that 100x, like it's fine. Right? Yeah. But in crypto, super risky. And then if you do, and just more like traditional, like tech companies or whatnot, even right now it's AI, right? Everything's AI.
Yeah.
It's really risky. And yeah, Max is saying, honestly, angel investing only works if you can spread your bets. It is like that. Like you have to play the VC tactic. Like you have to assume that 99% of the companies are not going to work for whatever reason. Most of the time, teams is everything. And we see it as well because like with Mood Labs, we work with early stage, like pre-MVP, like kinds that are project level. It's not really a business. They don't even have like a project management system. And a lot of the time why projects fail, it's usually down to the team or poor execution, not so much the vision. Cause like you can have a good idea, like 100 people can have a good idea, but it's not necessarily the one that has like a slightly better idea that's going to make it is the one that's going to manage to make it happen and bring it from 0 to 1. And that goes down to the team dynamics, like relationships, like so much happens, right? So you're betting on people when you're investing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think like successfully angel investing, you have to do many, and you're better off
doing 100 of them and hope one of them does the 1000x.
Yeah, exactly. But then there's different reasons. Like I think doing it is good because it opens up your network. I think especially like for example in crypto, you get put in chats, you get to connect with others. It definitely puts you, but you're paying a price for it, and so it depends how much you're investing. A lot of these companies don't even teach EE. Then they change the terms, and then the market's down when they do, and you're stuck in a safe and a staff. Like, yeah, it's painful when you could have just invested in more liquid assets. Like
just put it in Bitcoin at the bottom and do an 8x and then leave and go, thank you very much. Yeah,
exactly.
So much simpler, and the reliance on others is a lot less. That's the good thing about Bitcoin, right? No CEO. There's no one to kind of fuck it up. Like that's kind of the downside for all the other altcoins is that there's a head of the ship, right? Like Vitalik with Ethereum, if that dude, like for instance, if that dude gets hit by a car, and touch wood, that's not going to happen. But does that affect the price? Whereas what I like about Bitcoin is that there's none of that risk to it. That was a real big tangent I just went on there out of nowhere for Cam. They should be like, what the fuck?
No, but it's in a way it's true, right? Like there's no
there's no personnel risk.
Yeah, there's no foundation, like, and it's a problem for the ecosystems as well. Like I think the Bitcoin eco itself, Ordinals, Bitcoin DeFi has a bit of an issue because there's no leadership, but
yes,
at the same time, it's a good thing, right? So it's, you have to obviously manage risk. I think the goal when you're investing and doing these things is to grow your portfolio and preserve capital.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you actually like put it in things that have most chances of making it.
Yeah.
And also be aware that your capital is going to be stuck there for a bit. Like,
and that might be opportunity cost, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, like I invested in a company in 2021 and it's still there. I haven't gotten any dividend. I might be able to take profit at some point. I don't know, but like, it's stuck.
Yeah. 4 years. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's long, right? So, but again, if it hits, it hits. So it's risky. Yeah. It's just risky. So if you're gonna do it, just be aware, like, do it the VC way, spray and pray. And maybe
I think that would stress me out. I don't think I'm built for that sort of thing, angel investing. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I feel like I'd be.
It's glorified a lot, but.
Yeah, I think I'd be too I think I'm that person that would be too annoying. Like, I'd want to know, like, if I put money in, I might want to know what the fuck's going on. I guess I'm a bit of a control freak in that way.
You should. And there are, you know, reports that are usually being sent out, maybe annually, quarterly, and you should be able to have a direct communication with the team. You know, obviously, if you only invest like 5K in a project, you're not really gonna get that
that direct line to the.
You know what I mean? So as if you were a big, like, own a big portion of the company. It really depends, but yeah. Max is saying, when you see the founder fly first class, Craig, you'll be in the team's DM. Oh yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Projects are just there to found their lifestyle.
Okay, Stu, if you're still listening with OKX, if you can just get me first class to Singapore, that'd be great, Stu. I'd love to head over there. Singapore, you've been to Singapore before? Kat?
Only the airport, so never. It'll be my first time.
Oh, Singapore's awesome, man. Singapore's, I enjoy it. I think it's better than Dubai. It's just different, I suppose. But so the reason why everyone's been to Singapore, Dubai, if you're in Australia, is it's the halfway point to everywhere else. So every Australian's been through Dubai or Singapore. But Singapore's sick, man. It's awesome, easy to get around, safe. That looks cool, huh?
I can't make it sit there.
It can be hot, though, man. Although this time of year, are they summer? Are they like us now? Is it spring?
Yeah, it's going to be humid and hot.
It's going to be humid. Yeah, it's going to be hot. But pretty cool, pretty cheap, pretty fun, pretty safe-ish. I think you have a good time. I think you have a very good time there. We might wrap it up, Cam. And then I'll go say hello to my little fella. But anything you want to leave the chat with, Cam? Any pieces of advice or wisdom for the chat? Or for me?
Keep doing it and launch Pump Fun. Let me know when you launch your Pump Fun.
Yeah, I'll send you a DM with the ECA, man. Well, I'm still going to think that over. But thank you for jumping on. We had a lot of good feedback. So I have to get you back on, Cam, because I need to stream. I want to stream more often with a variety of people. I think it's important not to just like pigeonhole yourself into just streaming with the same person or at the same time every day, because obviously you jump on different times, you get different people. And also I think talking to other people just gets you to, I think it improves your presenting style as well, because you've got to adjust, and I think that's good. So, and look, the other thing I like is getting females here. I think a lot of the time, you know, I don't think there's enough of them here. I don't really like to differentiate the whole gender thing, but I think it's kind of stupid in a way. But I do like
it's definitely like, if you're there's a lot of dudes like.
Yeah, it's a bit bro-y, so I do like to spread.
You're definitely gonna.
Yeah. But I do like to. I think it's good to have. I guess what I'm trying to say about females is you guys bring a different energy. You guys just are different on camera, and it makes me have to adjust. And I kind of like that. It was very much like that when I got Crypto Wendy on. Very strong, dominant female, and you're like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna have to.
She's OG.
Yeah, man, she's proper fucking good, right? She's smart. She knows the market, and you can't fuck
streaming for so many. Like, people talk about, I like streaming, but there's people that have been streaming for years, and Wendy's one of them. Yeah,
and that's the reason I wanted to get her on, because she's an OG, so I wanted to give her that, like, you know, we're not worthy moment as well. Yeah. And I just
40.
Yeah, no. And I just wanted, and look, a strong woman in crypto, I just think is a good role model as well. And also yourself, I think you as well, Cam, you conduct yourself well online. I'm not going to call out other females, but I just think you do. You put good information out there. That's what I'll say. You're not thirst trapping or anything like that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily. I just think you're a good role model. If I had a daughter, I would prefer her following you than I would.
Oh, thank you.
Following some of the other girls, right? So that's my take on that. But look, we'll definitely get you back. So you're in Bali for a couple more weeks. So maybe we might even try connect again next week if you're up for that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down. I'm gonna be. So I'm actually going to the Gillies. And I'm not gonna take that. That's like some small islands. Yeah, on Friday, and then I'm gonna be back on Tuesday. I'm taking my laptop, but I'm probably not taking my camera. So after, let's say, like I'll be back on Tuesday. So
give you a couple of days to get over your hangover and all that.
Yeah, it's just to chill a bit. And I'll be working from there, but like I'm not taking my camera. But from I think like Wednesday on, we can run it back again and down.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll do that. Well, look, thanks for everyone. Look, thanks for Cam for jumping on with me. Would have been a bit lonely talking by myself. And once again, big shout out to OKX, channel partner and sponsor. Big shout out to you guys.
OKX, we love you.
If I can go, and Cam did say she needs one of these black shirts, guys. So like this would actually fit girls quite well because it's pretty tight, man, on me. So I'm like, I don't even know if this is a woman's top. I don't know, but it fits pretty snug. But I like that. But shout out to you guys at OKX, great platform. Again, shout out to Cam for jumping on with me. And once again, shout out to the viewers. Without you guys, Cam and I would have no one to talk to. It'd be fucking boring. So thank you for jumping on. Cam, I will see you.
Chat.
Hey, Cam, as well. Have fun at the full moon parties. Let your hair down, and and I will see you next week. Big love.
Bye.
See you, Cam.